is the little screen tells you it's connecting and it's notifying all your people, but it's actually recording at the same time. And I thought yesterday about all the people who have probably thought that they're not being recorded and they're like checking their hair and they're telling their kids to quiet down, all the things. So I'm just letting it roll. Sunday blessings. The reminder here today is that Sunday is ruled by solar energy. Lorna Kettler. Hello, love. Hello, Charlotte, Joanne, Janine. Um, Sunday being ruled by solar energy, by the sun, actually is the best day for devotion, for contemplation. This is why we are launching the Centered Planner today. Specifically, I'm going to answer a bunch of questions about the centered system because my DMs and messages are blowing up because we've been planning for launch day just for the VIPs for a while. Um, this is what I've learned with being in the planner business for so many years. I had the Desire Map Planner, which 300,000 plus people were part of that movement. And then my higher self one year, about 5 years ago, said, hit pause on the planners. It didn't make any sense because this is like a big part of our business and people really love it. And my team thought I was insane. And I just like, my soul said, we got to take a break on the planners. Like, we're going to figure out why. And then that year is when the world fell apart about 5 years ago. And if I would have gone ahead and printed tens of thousands of planners, they would have been stuck on ships and it would have been a disaster. And then the evolution for me, the personal evolution from that was the question with the planners, with my whole sort of offering used to be, how do you want to feel? And I went through some intensity and some darkness and some um recapitulating in my life. And I learned through that many things, but I learned that my feeling purposeful and feeling loving and feeling loved and connected to the divine had nothing to do with whether I was in a good mood or not. It didn't matter whether I was hungry or I was cranky or what was going on financially or in my relationship. I could still be living a heart centered life. So the question shifted. Everything, all of my offerings shifted from the guiding question being, how do I want to feel, to what do I want to embody? Because I want to be love no matter what. I want to be compassion no matter what somebody says. I want to feel abundance no matter what's happening. So that is the guiding ethos of the centered offering. So centered is the app. You can just go to getheartcentered.com, getheartcentered.com. You get this app for free. The calendar aspect will probably be free forever. And then as of today, for the VIPs, we're launching the Centered Day Planner, which I don't have with me because I'm in another room in my house. um, so the Centered Day Planner is the app that I always wanted that I could never find. I made what I need in my life. This is how I've lived my life. This is what we know has worked for hundreds of thousands of people in our space. This is where, our tagline is always get your soul on the agenda. So there's a place for you to check in about gratitudes and being specific about gratitudes, because physics shows us that if you're more specific about what you're grateful for, you get all those good chemicals flowing. Good chemicals flowing means more balanced nervous system, means clearer decisions, means more loving thoughts and words and actions, all the things. We work in the energetics of the days of the week into both the centered app and the centered planner. So many of us are aware we've got, you just had to, thank you, David dropped it in, DanielleLaPorte.com/shop. You can check all the things and all the VIP specialness that's happening today on Sunday. Most of us are down with, hey, I'm a Gemini and that means certain things. I'm great at communicating. I'm a Scorpio and that means I'm secretive and cagey. I love me some Scorpios. Uh, so just like there are influences on how we show up in the world, there are influences on the different days of the week. My My phone is going off with people who are signing up for the app right now. You can go to daniellelaporte.com/shop to find out everything about the Centered Day Planner. And you can go to getheartcenter.com to get the free app. So the app and the planner is a framework for the energetics of the days of the week. Venus looks after Fridays, and Mercury looks after Wednesdays. And you can think of them as the parents of those days of the week, and those parents have personalities. And so there are things on particular days of the week that are better to focus on. You will have more energy if you focus on relationships and creativity on Fridays. That will be supported. Saturdays are all about cleaning up karma and forgiving and running errands. I always say Saturdays are the best day of the week to forgive somebody and to go to Home Depot, or maybe you need to forgive somebody in Home Depot. All of that is woven into the centered planner. There's really nothing like it. I just like the planner evolved from me being bummed out about all the stuff that was in Staples that was just about scheduling time, and then wanting to do gratitude check-ins and wanting to have questions weekly that would help me look at my highlights and my lowlights of the week. So I wasn't being a big spiritual bypasser. And I wanted something that integrated kind of planetary influences, but wasn't too crazy with astrology because you don't really need to know what is trining and Chiron and Saturn. You just need to know it's Mercury retrograde, and this is not the best week to sign a contract or to launch something new. But we'll also give you a cue for the best day to let go and do a bless and release. I've created something in paper form that's also part of my life and the centered community, which is a write and burn journal. And that's part of ordering your centered planners today. Sunday, best day to launch, best day to order. This is why we're just doing this VIP thing today. Hey, Ingrid. Hey, Jen and Carrie. So the Write and Burn journal, it's beautiful. It's about the size of a moleskin journal, uh, burnt orange cover. If you go to daniellelaporte.com/shop, you're going to see all of this. Hey, Kates. Thanks for ordering. Mwah. Um, the Write and Burn journal gives you a set of questions for every dark of the moon, which happens once a month, and every full moon, which happens once a month. And the idea is that you are blessing and releasing the gnarly stuff in your psyche, and different set of questions for each moon. You're going to tear out a page from the journal, which I know is going to be difficult for some of us Virgos who like to keep everything intact, and you're going to burn that page, and then you're going to get yourself into a salty bath, and you get all that debris out of the psyche. So that's part of the VIP package today. You'll always be able to get the Write and Burn journal, but we're sending you, when you get your planners today, you're getting an offer for 2 Write and Burn journals because one journal lasts you for 6 months worth of all the moon action. Other questions I've been getting today, our DMs are blowing up. The team is working all weekend. This is our Olympics. Does the planner start on a Monday or a Sunday? The planner starts on a Monday. Why? Because that's how North Americans have been trained. Metaphysically speaking, the first day of the week is Sundays, not Monday, which is why we're launching the VIP special today for the Center Planner. But I start the planner itself on Mondays because thousands of people were pissed off at me years ago when I started it on a Sunday. What I'm going to do, hey Ingrid, thank you. What I'm going to do is, when we're selling 1 million of these a year or even just a few more a year, then I can expand the line and I can have a planner that starts really any day of the week you want. But right now, the planner starts on Mondays. There's a weekly edition that is the mocha linen. There's a daily edition, which is the navy linen. There's a belly band, there's a pocket, there's perforated corners, so you open the planner to the day you're at. There's a black satin ribbon. It's 2-color. The energetics of the days of the week are built into the planners. There's a gratitude system and a weekly check-in where you look at your highlights and your lowlights. I'm always, I'm not surprised anymore how many people refer to this planner as their journal. People will stop me and they're like, "Are you Danielle?" Yeah. They're like, "I love your journal." And I think to myself, like, I don't have a journal. I'm like, "Oh, you mean the day planner?" They're like, "Yes, the day planner." So this is where gratitude journal meets calendar meets therapy. This planner saves you so much money on therapy and coaching. Lots of people last year, mostly entrepreneurs, ordered a few dozen planners for their team. Those of us who plan ahead order planners for holiday gifts and Christmas, and it's under the tree and it's by the menorah and all of that. Hey, Judy, love. The planner is going to ship in November. So I'm going to be calling the printer. We've got a couple weeks to get all the orders in. I'll call the printer and say, okay, 57,000 planners to print. Go. And then we send a whole bunch of them to a Canadian warehouse. So the Canadians are not paying tariffs. Then we send tens of thousands of the centered planner to a US shipping warehouse so that Americans are not paying tariffs on the planner. So order up, my loves, because I go to the post office and hold my breath to see what tariffs are going to be doing that day. We solved the problem. The centered planner, no matter how many you order, are shipping worldwide. If you are in Paris, we've got you. If you are in LA, Poland, we've got a huge audience of people in Australia. I think the Australians love me because I used to swear so much. I don't fucking swear as much as I used to. But they love that spicy part of my offering, spicy part of my spiritual direction. Sarah, mwah, thank you for ordering this morning. Navy in all her glory. So you are a daily person. I should do personality testing on the people who order daily and the people who order weekly. I'm not great at predicting. I'm a weekly person, even though I have 4 planets in Virgo and I am organized. I mean, obviously I'm organized. I have a day planner system. Some people I thought like were more kind of go with the flow. They're like daily people. So this year is just one planner for each. It's not spiral bound, it's flat bound. Um, and there's all kinds of bells and whistles. I finally found a gorgeous producer in the UK who can give us everything we need. So I'm not working with questionable printers and factories in China. The quality can be great, but I just don't want kids putting our planners together. Yes, Tiffany, lay flat. I've learned so much. I could do a whole webinar on being in the printer business. Speaking of webinars, part of getting your centered day planners today, in addition to getting 2 write and burn journals, I'm going to be doing a class, so you get this as part of it. Um, I'm going to do a class on October 1st on the energetics of the days of the week. Do you give military or first responders discounts? Chris, never been asked that. That is a great question. And why don't you email support@daniellelaporte.com and see what they tell you? I got to think about that one. Wowza. It might be the reason I'm hesitating because I know you're thinking, don't you have the power to just say, we'll give you a discount? Yes, I have that power. Sometimes there's a lot of tech stuff around setting up discounts. We'd have to create a particular code that you would use at checkout. And then how do we tell other people? And I've got people working through the night to make sure um, all the taxes and the shipping and all that stuff works. By the way, currency, when you go to daniellelaporte.com/shop, thank you for understanding. You see all of your options and the VIP special and all that. The currency that shows up is the currency that you will pay in. So it's set to read, it's set to see where you are on the planet. So it knows if you're ordering, I'm happy you're here too. It knows if you're what country you're ordering from. So Canadians, you will see the Canadian price, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And any other questions? We can end with I'll end with a little heart centering practice. The heart centering practice, by the way, is in the planner. one of my favorite notifications that I get on my phone. Normally, I set all my notifications off because that would be crazy. Um, but I have my phone set to notify me when someone joins the Centered app. So if you go to getheartcentered.com, uh, you can get the app for free, and the app gives you the energetics of the days of the week. It's beautiful. I want millions of people in this app getting cues about loving kindness and gratitude and planetary stuff that matters. Will I be putting together a launch team again? Not this year. But email support@daniellelaporte.com and let us know if you want to do a promotion for your people. And there's basically all the benefits for the people who were in the launch team last year. We've rolled a lot of them into the VIP day today. So deep discounts and the printed journals, and yeah, it's all great. Yeah. All right. You can ask questions anywhere all day. The team is on hand. The vision is in a couple weeks, excuse me, I'm calling the printer and saying, okay, orders are in. 57,000 people in every country in the world get ready to ship. So you have all your planners for yourself and your team and your people and whoever you want to gift in your hands, no matter what city you are in November, which is why we actually got to do the launch this way and say, excuse me, say there's a cutoff. This is not a fake cutoff. This is like, it's for real. Okay, let's do a quick heart centering. The cues for this are in the centered planner. So your breathing is natural. Put your hand on your heart and think a positive thought. It's this simple. It could be the best day of your life, how much you love trees, oceans. It could be you're just happy to be alive. You could think of how much you love gratitude or love or joy. So positivity, you're getting your mind to open up. Now think of a challenging emotion, something, a pickle you might be in right now, something you just want to bring love and healing to. Now see this golden quality of light in the center of your heart. And then how do you want to bring that challenge into the center of your heart? You're going to get this down. You'll be able to do this in 2 minutes. Positive thought, challenging thought, gold. Okay. So you can see it as a scene, as a vignette. You can see the challenging emotion, whatever you want to bring healing to, just as a word that you write in your heart. Okay. Now pour light onto it. Specifically, soft, very translucent, very dynamic rainbow colored light. So you're getting the full spectrum of light. So that red color with light shining through it becomes like that pink. So pinks, peachy colors, golden light, minty green, sky blue, lilac, very vivid, opulescent light pouring onto the center of your heart to that pain situation you brought in. Let your breathing be natural. And just let the challenge rest in the heart center. If your eyes are closed, open your eyes and just breathe your eyes to open. And that's it. You let it rest. You don't think about it. You don't let the ego tell you right, wrong, guilty, shame, nothing. Let it rest. That's you being the healer. You identify as the healer, not the wound. And there's lots of physics around this. This isn't just like, oh, I just want to use pretty colors on it. There is research that shows that when you visualize light frequency, it affects your brain waves. It gets your brain waves pulsing in a way that your nervous system gets balanced. Your nervous system gets balanced. You think with more clarity. You have lucidity. When you have mental lucidity, you will actually have more love. I know, like all of us woo, we get it. We know the light works. We know the breathing works. But there's physics that say, yes, nervous system regulation. There's actually, I've been writing a book about this. I came across a study that shows that when two people, eyes closed, are in a meditative practice with each other and they're sending light to each other, heart to heart, their brain waves start to they start to flow in the same pattern, the same frequency. Stuff works. Centering works. So the breathing, the light, the centering day planner, Sunday, today's the launch, all the VIP stuff, it's all based on the energetics of the days of the week. There's the heart centering cues that are in the app, that are in the planner. You go to daniellelaporte.com/shop and just feel it out. Okay, I'm sending you love, heart centered love, 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 and all the light and all the planning, all the practicality, always. Thank you.